What's up, guys? I shouldn't point my thing at them. What's up, guys? We're repointing an old stone rubble wall right now with some lime mortar. This is what it looks like out of the bucket. We get a good look at it. Alright, you see it? Alright, so I've mixed 3 good scoops of sand with 1 scoop of lime, and I put a small amount of water into it, and I got this consistency. We'll see what shake the bucket around. See that? It's kind of clumpy. It's also kind of sandy. What you want to do is you want to get a scoop of it, small bit. You don't want to put too much in at once unless you know what you're doing. Find a nice crack. I have a lot of cracks in front of me right now. This one, for example, and just shove it right in. And you want to put it in with a good amount of pressure. Just keep on shoving it in as long as it keeps going in. In it goes. And eventually you'll end up with it coming flat. You can apply the pressure. It's a very laborious thing to do. It's torturous even. I wouldn't suggest doing it ever, having begun. But maybe the result is worth it in the end. I don't know. I've got a couple of different shades up here above, but maybe it'll look good in the end. Who knows? For these up bits, you just do it bit by bit. Force it in bit by bit, and it'll shove its way up into the crack. You can finish off with a upwards pack, and as I said, you just keep on going until you get some good pressure in there. By the end, it feels like you're breaking your fingers. Don't worry if you're dropping some of it. The main thing is you get some of it in the crack. See, that's still going in there. Putting my eye protection down just in case one of these things comes flying back at me. We're nearly there with this vertical line. Whew. It's consumed more than I actually thought it would, but we'll keep on shoving it in there until we reach the limit. Okay, that's that section of it. We move up a bit, keep shoving until no more goes in. And then you can pat it out a bit. It helps to have your mortar kind of wet, because see the way it sticks to everything? It's way easier when it's sticky, because when it's sandy, it just pours out. Although you get a good shove on with sandy mortar, but it's actually getting it in the first place is tricky, because it starts pouring everywhere. Okay, let's go next section. So there's some guys next door building a roof, and that's what the sound is, the pop pop sound. Using a nail gun to smack the roof together. Wouldn't mind having them up in my roof. Okay, that section's not looking too bad, I think. Okay, so for a really tight one, what you want to do is you want to get your mortar, stick it right up against the buckets at the side, so when you've got it on your little scraper, it's flatter, it just goes in better. Because if you're shoving a big blunt piece against the wall, it's actually gonna start stopping and building up pressure before it actually gets to the end of the crack or the joint. You want to stick it straight in so it hits the back. You want to go right to the back of her throat. Okay. Now we're flying. I'll do another what's up, see if I can wake them up. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? We're repointing a wall. What's up, guys? We're repointing a stone wall. Wow. What's up, guys? Now I'm not sure how a repointing like this would age, what it's going to look like in 20 years time. I don't know. I'm just hoping it stays looking reasonably good for a nice amount of time. It doesn't even have to look good. I mean, like, it's just better than you know, rotten stuff coming out of the wall like that. Like, you know, I don't know if you can see this brown stuff here. That's kind of what the wall was full of in the first place. And we just scraped that out. It came out quite easily, and packing in this mortar to replace it. You know, some of the stones have got weird features in them, like this hole here. Some of them are cracked. You know, sometimes you have holes in the wall. You got to put new stones in. I don't have a demonstration of that for you right now, but I put a few of these in here. Let me see, is there another one? I put this one in. It was a big hole here. It was like all the way open there. So all those, I just put them in. Okay, let's get on with this. You'll almost never find someone willing to do this job for money because it's just too time consuming. If you want to have a repointed wall like this, you're gonna have to do it yourself. It's the only way. Anyone else is going to tell you just cover it with plaster, cover it with plasterboard, cover it with brick wall, anything better than doing this to it. But here I am doing it because something in my heart tells me that it's the right thing to do. Or maybe it's just the autism. But that doesn't look too bad, like, look at that. That was a gaping hole and now it's not. Okay, so there's some techniques for various situations. One of the techniques I like is if you cross over like this, you can tilt the whole setup on its side like that and stick the mortar into the wall all at once. It's a different technique. Yeah, just for getting it all in. But I prefer to just pack it all in just the rigorous way, like bang, 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 because it's just more reliable. You know, sometimes you can actually drop the whole thing if you're messing around with it on its side. See, this way, it just creeps its way up the joint, and you don't have to do any tricks to get it in there. Obviously, if you're working in the corner, it gets tough, but you know, sometimes you could find yourself with a situation plugging a hole with your finger and you just bash it all in. You know, you just get it in there as quick as you can, and once it's stuck, you can start to move it around. Don't worry about white bits in your mortar. You know, sometimes you find little white lumps just in your mortar. If they're on the tip of your like trowel, you know, just flick them off. You're better off not having them in the wall. But if they do end up in the wall, it's not a big issue. It's fine. It's natural. Some of the lime just doesn't mix up. So if you want to sieve the whole lot before you mix it with the sand, maybe they won't be there, but it's a lot of extra work on top of an already very labor heavy job. I'm just repeating what I've learned off other people's videos as well. Like, you know, usually what you do is you start from the top of the wall and you work down. That's because when you're scraping out all the crap, you know, of course it rains down, and if you start on the bottom and go up, all the crap will rain down on all of your new work and it'll be covered in brown stuff. It'll look terrible. And there's probably some other good reasons for it, but I'm just doing what someone else said. And it's working for me so far. Also, I think it might be something structurally as well, because if you start scraping all the crap out of the wall from the bottom, and if the top isn't structurally sound, you might get the whole thing collapsing. But like, all this stuff ties it all together a little bit better, so when you get down to the bottom, you don't have to worry so much about it being collapsy, because it's tied together a little bit better when you get low down to the ground. And you don't use a jackhammer to clean out the joints. You know, you'll break your wall if you do that. You need to use a screwdriver or this thing. It just scrape out everything. If the stuff isn't scraping out, then it doesn't need to come out.
Okay, 15 minutes.
Okay. So we've gotten to the end of the video. Wait, I'll do it in an Irish accent. So we've gotten to the end of the video, and you've seen that I've been repointing the wall for the last few days, and it is a pain in the ass. Does it look nice? I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll be proud of it. Right now, I just want to be finished. Thanks for watching. I hope you have fun with your future projects.